what this is when Fox NFL Sunday is playing. What's up, everybody? It's the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and that man, Manny Ruffin.
Good, baby. You know what's
In
coming
our
up
week
here.
11 NFL reactions, as always, fellas, powered by Dimers. So, we're going to continue this month with our Jersey Sportsbook, like I said in the podcast last week, which I will be getting to that promo in a minute. But Caesar Sportsbook for this month of November, code ALLDAY, ALLDAY, at sign up. You will get a risk-free bet up to $5,000. Now, to be clear, you do not have to bet all $5,000. You can be on the smaller side. We had this great podcast where we did touch on a little bit of that unit system, and maybe you can kind of switch over to your $10 units, your $20 units, your $30 units. So you can bet $10, $20, $30. And if you lose that, you'll get that back as a free bet to rebet that again. So, like I said, is you just got to be mindful of that. You're not going to get that back and be able to bet, split it up into 3 or 4 different bets. You get whatever you put in. Let's say you put $20 in. If you lose that, you get it back as a free bet, and then you get that bet to bet again as a $20 free bet. So be mindful. Try to get the win on the first time, and then if not, be even smarter and do your smart research to get that win. All right, so we are in week number 11, and I'll ask for you guys, if you're in here watching, just comment down below. We want to see what you're saying, all right? We want to hear what you're saying. We want to read your comments and hear what your thoughts were on this week number 11. So we just concluded this Monday Night Showdown. I'm wearing my Giants hat. I don't care that they lost 30-10 over the Buccaneers. I really don't. The one thing I need to highlight in this game is that we've been talking about the run game and the entire reaction shows starting from week 1 because Manny's been so pissed that the Eagles don't run the ball. And these past couple weeks, they've been doing a lot better at running the ball and giving some more run support. And one of the things that Manny said in a clip that we posted a couple weeks ago was it is very underrated in this league to run the ball. No one does it anymore. So why is Saquon getting 25 yards? Why are we not giving him the ball? He's got 8 carries. I get it. Maybe he's getting stopped up at the line. But Devontae Booker was doing that when he was gone. This is his first week back. I need you to get him, comfortable again and hitting the holes, getting some hits, finding your cuts, finding your lanes. Give him a chance. We can't just give him 4 or 5 receptions where he can find some open field. He got no open field this game. No open field. We're running guts up the middle, and he's getting stopped before he even reaches the line of scrimmage. I need you to run the ball. They were not expected to win this game. The spread was -11. And I almost took the Giants at +11 just because that was #too many points. We will get to too many points later in this show, but it was an easy win for Brady, a bounce-back win after back-to-back losses and losing to an NFC East team out of Washington last week. This was huge for Brady and the Bucs.
I'm surprised you're not showing Big Boy Thomas some love on the tutty.
I don't care.
He might have better hands than Daniel Jones. I know Daniel Jones had the one-hand catch, but he's going up top for that thing. Hey, here you go. I'm not as upset they're not running the ball as much against this Buccaneers team as you are. I understand where you're coming from, but you got to look at the game here. We're playing the fucking Bucs. Going into this game, we're already thinking all right, we're not going to probably be running the ball as much. Then we're down 17-10 at half? Yep. Go down 27-10, just like that in the third quarter. The run game kind of becomes obsolete. I just think the Bucs are kind of hitting their stride again at the right time. 5-0 at home, great sign. Playing good in November, probably will play well in December again. Great sign. AB's being AB over there. I love him, but hopefully
that's right.
Get his act together, get him back. But this team looks like they're primed for a run again. I don't know who else you're really worried about in the NFC. I'll get to Green Bay, but I'm not too worried about them either right now. So it looks like the Bucs conference again. They're rolling. It's good to see from them. The
underrated part that you brought up with Andrew Thomas that was the first New York Giants offensive lineman to score a touchdown since 1960. That's crazy to mention there. And I did have a play in our Chalkboard, group chat. You can join the link on our Twitter at 80ED Podcast. There's a link tree right there, and the very top of the link tree, you'll see Chalkboard group link. You can click on that. I had a +110 Chris Godwin anytime touchdown scorer. He was the first touchdown scorer. Would have been nice to get the first, but we just got that easy cash there. So if you want to cash with us,
I'm not going to tell you any shade, but some things that Kenny and Cap do, they get a score. They'll take them 2 scores or first score. If Eli's got to go off, get a little value play in there.
I know. It's something to think about for next week. So we'll head to our Sunday night game. We're bouncing around Monday night, Sunday night. And this by far had to be my most favorite game to watch in this week. The Chargers win this one 41-37. They were up by so many points, 17 at one point, and you thought they were going to cover that 6.5 spread, and then some, that blocked punt put the Steelers right back in the game. We got a deep ball touchdown, and the Steelers are right back in this. But Justin Herbert with 457 total yards. I had his over in rushing as well. We had said that the Justin Herbert MVP talks have fallen off, and he comes out today, 382 yards, 3 touchdowns. Good win for the Chargers.
It's Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson. I mean, what's up with the Steelers even though with these letting these quarterbacks scramble over the field? This is not the first time, as we've seen from that Prostar Cash thing that you said in the chalkboard chat. Holy shit, what a game! Like, I'm damn near falling asleep second halftime, third quarter. I'm not gonna lie. They get the block punt, and they're like, all right, here we go again. Same thing from when they beat Buffalo. Here comes a block punt. They're moving and grooving again. I really like Deontay Johnson. He's a player. He had a nice little sluggo right for a touchdown, but let me chill on my Steelers left because, the Chargers came out and balled. Are they not the most entertaining team? Like, they cannot win a game easily. I think their biggest margin of victory this year is 14 points over Las Vegas, and it was 21 14 in the fourth quarter, I believe, and they scored one more touchdown and put away. They just can't put teams away. I don't care. I love to watch it. I would hate to bet on them.
Yeah.
Who had the who had the over?
Who had the under? Because it could have been an under game.
Me and Berman were talking the chalkboard. I'm like, I like to tease it with Chargers money line the under, and this thing just flew over.
Well, let's show some running back
Allen
love.
was going off.
Let's show some running back
scores
love.
4 touchdowns. Mike Williams just doing his thing, high stepping in the end zone. The Chargers are just so entertaining to watch. Just so hard just to bet on. I feel bad for Chargers fans. Like, what do they go through every Sunday? Like, just knowing, like, it's kind of like the Lions. Like, the Lions know they're going to lose. Like, the Chargers know, like, oh, no, they're going to come back. Like, oh, it's going to come down to the end. Good dub for the Chargers, though. Hopefully they keep it moving and grooving to the end of the season.
Yeah, they need it. And another one of my plays, I'm just going to keep kind of plugging this chalkboard, was the over Keenan Allen at 74.5 yards and easy cash in the third quarter. So once again, if you guys want to come and cash with us, we got 51 members in this chalkboard. Hit the link in our bio. Join the chalkboard. It is free, so come on out and cash with the fellas. All right, so I'm going to hand this over to you for this Eagles game. And another game that we thought could have been the under, and we talked in our Twitter spaces on Saturday that this could have been the under. Eagles and Jalen Hurts get the job done, 40-29 over the New Orleans Saints.
Big dub for the Birds. First dub at home this late in the season. Like,
Nick Sirianni, first home win.
The link needed something good for Sirianni. Good for you. Was really pumped up last week. Pumped up again this week. Yeah, the boys are looking good. A balanced attack versus a very good run defense in the Saints is something I'm very happy about. That 1-2 punch between Miles Sanders and Jordan Howard looked very good. Able to get Jalen Hurts off the read options because the way we kind of ran it was like we're going down the gut with Jordan Howard, and then we're getting Miles Sanders on the edge, and then we're not running these read options now and these RPOs, keeping it moving. Look like a good attack. I really like TJ Edwards' nasty pick in the first quarter. Then got an extension the next day. Dallas Goedert did make good on his extension this game as well. Had a good game. It's a good game for my Birds. Good dub against a tough team, like a team that can catch you lacking.
Number 1 rush defense.
A team that can catch you lacking. Also, Smitty did look good versus Marcus Lattimore. They were going back and forth. Lattimore won his reps. Smitty won his reps. There's something good to see from the young guy. He competes against the top corners in the league.
You see the clip where he tackles Devonta Smith
and picks him up. Yeah, it's just
disrespectful.
You were getting beat on some reps. He's probably with some frustration, some chatter going on there.
But we have to highlight the Saints were the number 1 rush defense in the league, and Jalen Hurts. Who the hell would have had Jalen Hurts scoring 3 touchdowns, not in the air, all on the ground? His only touchdowns came from the ground. 3 touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. A great win for this Philadelphia Eagles team. And we'll head to our 1 p.m. slate, starting with the Colts and the Bills. And again, we have to highlight here that these past couple weeks, it's been Bills, but a couple losses in these last couple weeks here continue for this Buffalo Bills team. The Colts win 41-15, backed by my boy in my play of the day in the chalkboard, Jonathan Taylor's over in rushing yards, and he smashed it with 185. 4 touchdowns on the ground, 1 in the air, 5 total touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor. And like we've been saying, top 3 back in this league.
Yeah, Buffalo, we got to figure it out. 2 turnovers in the first half didn't help us. Should have really been 3. I think they got 2 more in the second half. I really like what I see from this Colts offense, though, recently. Like, they were running packages. You say about JT's success. They're running packages with Nyheim Hines and JT in the backfield at the same time. Like, you can't pick or choose here. Like, they're running sweeps to Nyheim because he's at a wing. They're going up the gut with Jonathan Taylor, but they're running Nyheim in motion, so linebackers are a little confused. Then you can see on Jonathan Taylor's receiving touchdown on the wheel. They had Naheem Hines do motion again. Everyone's confused looking that way. Here goes Jonathan Taylor out the wheel. I mean, Frank Wright's doing what he did with us. Essentially, Carson Wentz doing what he did with us. Essentially, 2017. He's not having the MVP like spectacular numbers, but if you look at Carson Wentz, how he's delivering the ball, 1, 2, 3, right out. Everything's quick. Now we can set up the play action. Now we can just get JT barreling the ball.
Are you surprised that Frankie's doing that with him?
No, I'm not surprised at all. This is what we expected to start the year. They started off a little shaky, so that it was getting loud. It was getting really loud over there, but they're good. They're hitting their mark now. This AFC is just really like confusing. Like the Titans,
we're gonna get to them.
Titans
this is
frauds.
weird.
Bills are they frauds? Colts, I mean, you guys are cool, but listen. You almost like the Jets came back on a primetime game. I didn't forget about that. My man just going off. I'm not sold on anybody in this AFC, but I mean, it's good to see the Colts rolling. Good to see Big Red moving and grooving. Let's fucking go Colts.
Yeah, man, go Colts and go Carson Wentz. Listen, he had just over 100 yards passing. Okay, a quarterback.
Not spectacular at all.
Not spectacular, but you don't have to when your running back's getting 5 touchdowns and over 200 total yards. All right, let's head to the Bears hosting the Ravens in a game that Lamar was under the weather to play. It was not COVID related. So Tyler Huntley gets the call, and a late bomb of a touchdown after the Bears got a late touchdown from Andy Dalton, not Justin Fields. The Ravens in, I guess, garbage time, you want to say, win this one 16-13.
I really like what I seen out of Tyler Huntley, just doing exactly what he needed to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Using Mark Andrews as a security blanket all day. Mark Andrews had a big day. I hate because, I mean, this might be my fault for going on Twitter, okay? Because Twitter is not always correct, and more of the times than not, they're wrong. But the offense with Justin Fields in the field, I mean, didn't look great. A couple Darnell Mooney, nice little long passes on some good balls. Didn't look great. Andy Dalton comes in. They score like a 65-yard screen. Okay. Then he scored another touchdown on a complete broken coverage. Man run down the field uncovered. And then here's Bears Twitter. The offense is way better with Andy Dalton. I mean, relax. I mean, okay, it could be a little bit of effect like, hey, this guy maybe be better with the checks and at the line of scrimmage, and maybe he's better at pumping guys up. Okay, maybe we get a little more momentum with him under the center. But, I mean, I feel like people were waiting to see that just to discredit Justin Fields, and I just can't stand it.
Do we see a Andy Dalton gets the nod to start next week?
I mean, we'll see what's going on with Justin and his ribs. I feel like low-key, I don't know if you remember that hit he took in the college football playoffs when he got smacked by Skowski, and they said it was his hip and ribs, but I mean, that seemed like it was the same spot that he was favoring. That shit might still be feeling that a little bit. But
right. And again, it's a short week for the Bears. Short week for the Bears.
I mean, Dalton's probably gonna have to go again, and if he gets a dub on Thanksgiving, which I don't think is gonna happen, but if he does, it's gonna get even more loud for Justin Fields over there, which I don't like, and I just don't like his situation. I don't really like his team right now, but it's unfortunate. I mean, at the same time, let me show some love because that's a really good win for the Ravens, honestly. In this whole race for the AFC in the North, it looks like they're going to be their division, honestly. So I mean, they're rolling a big win without Lamar because the way how undermanned they've been this year, you don't think you get these dubs without Lamar. It's big for them.
Tyler, you are the GOAT, brother, okay? Don't tell me. He's saying in there that we got some new graphics coming on the YouTube for this video. Great little plug there. There will be some new graphics from the GOAT, our GOAT that does all our editing for us. That's Tyler McGee in the comments right there. Let's head to the Lions and the Browns, and that is our number one hashtag way too many points. The Browns were -12. They bumped up to -13 before kickoff, and, well, they only won by 3. Browns 13, Lions 10.
Yeah, I mean, they were up 13-0 they start, and this is another theme with the Browns is not being able to put teams away, letting teams come back and hang around. I mean, this Lions team is not a team you can necessarily let hang around. I mean, DeAndre Swift's over there, another 100-yard carry game, getting the end zone again. He's going to be a Pro Bowl in the next year or two to come. Baker is still nothing great from him. He still looks a little injured, I feel like he's just missing throws he doesn't usually miss, doesn't look as comfortable as he usually does. I mean, they end up edging this one out because Jarvis Landry takes the ball from the backfield and gets in the end zone. I mean, he just continues to make plays for the Browns country. I mean, it's a sloppy team, sloppy year. I can't believe I backed this team as heavy as I did. It looks very ugly now.
Yeah, we look dummies right now.
I just can't even the Brownies won. Nah, I can't.
No, there's no way. I don't see them winning this division.
Absolutely no chance. It's the Ravens division, especially with that dub today. Especially that dub Sunday with Tyler Huntley. I mean, that's huge for them winning this division now. I mean, the Browns are just going to be the Browns again, and I can't believe I fell into the trap of overhyping them because I hate falling into traps like the Browns and the Cowboys are overhyping them and they do shit.
Well, we got to give some respect to Nick Chubb. He's pretty much right now all this team has. Obviously, we know Jarvis Landry had that rushing touchdown to open up this game at the beginning, but Nick Chubb is the backbone of this team.
That's very true.
And we got to give him some more love and got to give him some more, support on this Browns team, because we were not overhyped last year because you guys came out and beat a well overhyped Steelers team in the playoffs. But
Great second half.
It's frustrating for guys like that. You see so many players that are not getting support right now from their teams, and Nick Chubb's one of them. He is carrying this team. He deserves some more love, and the Browns got to show out a little bit more for him.
We want to get a shout out to the Lions secondary. Of any bright spot that they can find on this team is DeAndre Swift and Khalif Raymond too, and then the secondary. The secondary's coming along. They got some young pieces there. There is a clip of Matt Stafford giving them credit, and I mean, people were saying it's a little fake and fabricated, but honestly, I mean, that defense and that secondary are doing some good things. It's something to watch out for Lions fans. Have something to be excited about for the future.
That's right. All right, let's head to our biggest upset of the weekend. We highlighted another fraudulent team in the AFC, and that is the Tennessee Titans. They moved to 8-3 after a loss at home to the Houston Texans. The Texans win this one 22-13. Ryan Tannehill, the star of the day, the infamous star of the day, with 4 interceptions.
Tyrod Taylor's just back doing what he does, leading teams to dubs, getting tutties with his legs, hurling into the end zone, just getting gritty wins for whatever team he goes for. Shout out Tyrod. I've done this about every week. I've seen him in the lineup. I just love that man.
You got to be one of the biggest Tyrod Taylor backers ever.
Since I love it. I love Tyrod. Ever since we did with the Bills, that team with him and Rex Ryan, I just love them.
Browns, he got benched for Baker.
Yeah.
Hey,
but fraud alert. Tennessee Titans, fraud alert. I mean, I was giving them props last week. I was like, hey, I see you guys lose your star player. Moving AJ Brown in the backfield. I see AP doing some good things. Got some young wide receivers stepping up. Tannehill's just doing the job. Okay. Next week, it all falls off. We got some film on y'all now. We see the games y'all trying to play with us now. Tannehill, 4 picks. None of them looked like he knew what he was doing on any of the picks. I mean, maybe the one where he tried to throw up on a jump ball, he just missed his spot. Besides that, all of them horrible. This team is a complete fraudulent. I can't believe. I cannot believe this team's going to win the South probably, have home field probably. I mean, somehow maybe even edge the first seed in the AFC probably. This is just disgusting. This is a fraudulent team. First, Garrett, stamp it right now. I don't care what happens the rest of the season. I don't care what injuries happen. I'm stamping this right now. They will lose their first playoff game. I'll say it right there.
Well, so a lot of these analysts that were talking throughout Fox and ESPN when this game concluded was that this Titan team was shown in this game that they lost. Well, the biggest comment was, well, this is what happens when Derrick Henry was not there. And I disagree with that entirely, because it's like they were able to win with him out there. And this is a game that should be easy win at home. I get it. Maybe it was raining, sure, pouring, but 4 interceptions, there's no excuse. Sorry.
I'm not going to say, listen, they have good players over there. Like, absolutely great players over there. But I think before they got Julio as well, but I think Derrick Henry's success was making it everyone else's job so much easier that we're giving too much credit to the other guys. And then it's kind of getting exposed right now. It's kind of the final thing I'll say about the Titans. But I mean, you never know. It's an up and down battle. You lose your star like that. They'll figure it out. They'll find their way. We'll see. We'll follow this team throughout the season and see what really is up with the Titans over there. Fucking frauds.
All right, let's head to our divisional matchup.
More frauds.
And I'll get into this after I announce this game, because I saw a cool TikTok on this. The Vikings host the Green Bay Packers in a very, very heated divisional matchup. And then they win this one on a late field goal. A great, great clock-consuming drive for this Vikings team, not allowing Aaron Rodgers to get on the field and run his 2-minute drill. And the Vikings win this one 34-31. I'll mention my push-ups and all that bullshit that's coming. But one of these TikToks that I saw was after week 10, bet the under for every divisional matchup the rest of the way, because there's fewer games. More is on the line, more is at stake. So this one, obviously, this was the one, I think it went like 4-1, and this was the only one that went over. But I think that's a really cool stat to look into. We'll definitely be following that. But hey, I had Packers -1 because I thought it was a great spread, because it was -110. It was better than the money line. And essentially with that spread, you're betting on the money line. So you're betting on Aaron Rodgers to just win. When are we ever getting a spread where we just have to say, all right, Aaron Rodgers, you just have to win the game to cover the spread? So I just thought it was an easy line, and they had it right there. And you were typing in the chalkboard, and like, oh, the Vikings, they lose these types of games. They lose it. And right after that, we have that big bomb to MVS, and the Packers take the lead, and then Vikings do what they do. Kirk Cousins, I guess, is coming out of that slump of a couple weeks ago, and we were like, you suck on prime time. We're sleeping on you. And past couple weeks, Kirk Cousins.
See what you said there about the line being -1 and
Oh, it's a trap line. It's a trap line.
Rodgers to. This is exactly why Vegas is in business. This is exactly why I took Minnesota with literally minimum research. Like I saw the line. I followed along throughout the week. I'm like, all right, it's at +1. Look at what the Vikings were doing. Remember what I said about last week? This is a team that's scrappy. They're playing good football right now. They're hanging around. I'll take them. This is going to be an ugly game. There's going to be picks called back. There's going to be penalties. There's going to be a couple turnovers. It's going to be an ugly game. They stay in business somehow. I'll leave it at that. You owe me 35 push-ups. We'll get to them when we get to them.
Yeah, we'll get that in the podcast. It is a good game.
I just personally, this Green Bay team on the stretch, I'm concerned as hell for them. Like, just even coming up against teams like, you're not going to see Justin Jefferson and Thielen every week, correct? All right, cool. But you're going to see down the stretch in the playoffs and these big games coming down the stretch, you're going to see a big number 1 receiver. Kevin King and Rasul Douglas. Can you guys handle that? Like, I remember Rasul Douglas very vividly from Philly. I love Rasul Douglas. Like, don't get me wrong. He's just not a guy that you want to be out as your number 1 corner, number 2 corner. You really don't. I mean, you want to have him be a number 3 guy or depth guy at the best. Kevin King up and down starting Green Bay. It's been loud for you this year. It was loud for you last year. Those guys don't
that Bucks NFC Championship game. They were all over Kevin King.
It was loud for you last year. I think those
Scotty Miller.
I think those holes are going to continue to be exposed. I like Savage at corner. I mean, not Savage at corner. Savage at safety. I actually do like him. The one piece,
Maryland talent right there.
The one piece in their secondary I do like, but besides that, I think it's going to be exposed down the stretch of this season, and that's probably going to be the reason why they can't take this to NFC and can't get a championship for Rodgers on his last dance. My opinion.
All right, next to our another AFC divisional matchup here is the Dolphins heading to MetLife to take on the Jets, and they win this game by 7. Dolphins 24, Jets 17. How about Joe Flacco getting the start? I really, really, really am happy for this guy.
Fuck go, Joe. Out here getting
maybe the
burnt.
Mikey White show is over.
300 yards, 2 touchdowns in his first start. What's up? What is good with everyone except Zach Wilson, but these Jets and the quarterbacks in their first starts?
They find them.
But it's just the first start. It's like this excellent one-time rental. Excellent one-time rental. We'll be in the game. We might even win. But I love
the rental car for the Jets.
Seeing Joe Flacco get some burn. One thing I like watching for this Dolphins team is, I mean, Jalen Waddle's a problem. He's not going to be talked about a lot because he's going to play for the Dolphins. He's not going to win many games.
That's a great point.
Consistently getting 6-7 catches. I mean, not getting the yards you love to see, but just getting open and beating top corners. Love to see that. Elijah Moore on the other side too. Last 2-3 weeks, Elijah Moore just doesn't matter who's at quarterback for the Jets. Elijah Moore is productive and getting 100 yards, getting in the end zone. Love to see it. Ugly game. I mean, just shout out Joe Flacco. That's pretty much all I have in this game.
That's right. Hey, Leah, thank you for the retweet there. I see it. I'm acknowledging you. But yeah, I just have to show a lot of love and respect for Joe Flacco. Maybe that Mike White Lightning is that little showdown with him is over.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet that was like, don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened. So
I mean, we lived through the Mike White Lightning times. What else? I mean,
and the rental car for Joe Flacco for that one game stretch, maybe give him some respect. All right, so over to the NFC East. The Washington football team taking on the Carolina Panthers in Cam Newton's return home, and the tunnel, his run out onto the field was super cool with the smoke flying, and I'm Coming Home is playing. Really cool, paying homage to him. And I think Dimers had tweeted out something that was like, Cam Newton is the prime example of what it's like to be able to go back to your ex.
What a full circle moment, like we say.
Full circle moment, like we say all the time, full circle moment, and Cam Newton with the rushing touchdown. The Washington football team, back-to-back wins against the Bucks and I would say pretty scrappy Panthers team. Washington 27 and the Panthers 21.
Well, this was a big loss for Panther Company. I mean, they were really in the thick of this NFC race because at the end of that thing, there's a couple teams that can sneak in there at one over 500, 200, 500 wins, and that's a tough loss for them. I mean, Cam I fan out. I just fan out too much because seeing Cam on the first drive hit the little fake draw to DJ Moore, and then he gets the whole crowd running away, crowd's going crazy. Then he gets the rushing touchdown, goes to midfield, throws the ball down. That's a Superman. I just love it.
How about the fact that he was just for 10 weeks or 9 weeks of this season, he was not on an NFL team.
Yeah, idle.
It's
completely
weird.
Idle. And he comes in, commands this team as a leader already, has the whole fan base behind him. It's just so cool. I love seeing Cam, but I mean, shout out Taylor Heineke. 3 tuds, extending plays with his legs, talking some shit. I don't know if you saw, he got hit with a nice little target and talking some shit. His teammates had to come get him. You don't usually see that from a quarterback. That's at XFL. That's not waking up on my sister's couch and running 5 miles every morning. That's what that is. But I mean, hey, Terry McLaurin, it might have to be top 2 maybe behind Hop and Devontae, top 3 guys making tough catches in the league, like consistently just in the air, different body angles, getting hit, making tough catches. I mean, they made the big plays when they need them, just like the last week when they had a big win versus the Bucks. It was Gibson on the ground getting the carries they needed, Terry McLaurin making tough contested catches, and Taylor Heineke getting plays with his legs and making plays and talking his shit, doing what Taylor does. I mean, this football team is big. I mean, didn't even say big dub without Chase Young and Sweat. I mean, goddamn. Against all odds, this team just continues fighting. That's one thing I'll say about the football team. I don't like them. Picked them to win the NFC East. I mean, they fucking suck still, but that team keeps fighting. I have to respect it, at least from the football.
That's a very good point there, because a lot of that a lot of the talks at the beginning of this game was, how are we going to stop Cam when he does his RPO and he decides to take it? Well, here's how we defend the run when he hands this off to CMC, but what do we do if he fakes the handoff and takes it himself? Without those 2 edge rushers, what are we going to do? So great win there for Washington. We'll head to another pretty bullshit game here. The 49ers in Jacksonville taking on Trevor Lawrence and good old Urban Meyer. Good old Daddy Urban Meyer. And the 49ers win this one 30-10. Easily predictable game. But how about Deebo Samuel? He's not catching the ball. He's running the ball.
I feel like you ever like talk to the principal in like elementary school, middle school, and they're like, you know what, Manny? Like, I really like when I just don't hear your name. That's how I feel about Urban Meyer. Like, I just know things are going well in Jacksonville because I just don't hear Urban Meyer's name.
That's right.
Let's fucking go.
Hey, great analogy.
The Jags just don't have enough offense to keep up with these teams. I mean, not that San Francisco is an excellent offensive team, but they just don't have enough. They're only scoring 10, 17 points a game. Like, we got to get into the 20s here. I'll say this though. Week by week, it's not getting a lot of noise here. I feel like T-Law only gets talked about when he plays bad as well. I haven't heard a lot of T-Law throughout the week in the press, and it's not that he's playing spectacular, but he's just not playing horrible football. Like, to start, it was the turnovers. I told you, like, don't worry about that. I'll turn around and turn around.
He's
not playing excellent, but he's cool. 49ers big dub. Deebo Samuel much turned into one of my favorite players in the league. I don't got to catch the ball today.
Is he overlooked? I would say so.
8 carries, 79 yards. He doesn't go down on first contact. How many wide receivers at his size you see like just don't go down on first contact? The first thing that comes to mind maybe is Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill even takes his losses sometimes.
Right.
Becoming my favorite player. I mean, not much in this game. It's always good to check in on my boys T-Law and Urban Meyer. I always love checking in on them.
Hey, we got to see the college little duo there and see what they're doing down there in Jacksonville, Florida.
No party.
All right, to Burrow and the boys, the Bengals in Vegas. And wow, this was a very, very tight game at halftime. I actually live betted the Bengals -3 at half. And what do? 19 fourth quarter points. Bengals 32, Raiders 13.
Vegas is just super confusing. They create a big turnover. Like, I think it was the first drive on Joe Burrow, a fumble, can't get 7. They get settled for 3. Next drive, they get a stop, come down, another good drive, settle for 3. Can't get points at all. And Bengals doing what the Bengals do, moving the ball. Here goes Joe Mixon. Here goes Joe Burrow making the right play. Go by a couple scores. Well, before I even get to that, there was a really questionable play call. It was like second quarter. I think it was 13-6, 2 minutes left. They're on their own 47, I believe. 3rd and 6. They call a straight run. Okay. Just
have to shine some light on it.
Okay.
Yep.
Darren Waller tried his best to carry this team on his back the whole game. I mean, he was having a hell of a game. He just tried his best, but then here we go. Like I said, Derek Carr, we're down 2 scores. Post third quarter. What did I say last week? Down 2 scores, third quarter less. You start pressing, make a horrible pick. Here comes a horrible pick again. Cincinnati just runs away with this thing. You see Jamar Chase get in the end zone, does a little gritty, game over.
Drippy, gritty.
Usual business for the Bengals. I think they might get back on track here because, I mean, that North is up for grabs. They kind of falked off a little bit, but that North is up for grabs, and they're in this hunt.
I'll make a comparison here. I think the Bengals this year are, it's not to a T, but I think the Bengals this year are almost like the Browns last year, right? So they're hold on, it's not to a T. They have rebuilt for so long. They've been so poor for so long, just like the Browns were. And now we're 2 games above 500, 10 games into the season. Obviously, Joe Burrow. We have Nick Mixon that's coming back from, starting to get some light under him and everything like that. And then obviously the draft pick with Jamar Chase. But, I mean, these Bengals are probably, I would say, doing better than most people might have thought.
Defense is better than you give credit for.
That's right. Then a lot of people, including myself, give credit for. All right, so to our America's Game of the Week, the Cowboys visiting Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Kansas City Chiefs in a game that the Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs pretty much had to win this game. Keep the confidence rolling, keep the train rolling, and they do just that, 19-9 over the Cowboys.
I mean, Mahomes didn't have to be spectacular at all.
Not at all.
KC looks like they're rolling here. They got Chris Jones back and healthy. He had a fumble recovery. They were able to get pressure on Dak. He wasn't really comfortable all day. I know there was no Amari, and I know CD banged the shit out of his head.
That looks so painful.
Besides that, I mean, like I said last week, here comes this KC secondary. They're moving along. I think there was some little players-only meeting going on. I mean, when you're in a room with Tyrann Mathieu and it gets loud, I think he's the one to close the doors. And when he speaks, everyone listens. They're turning around there. Big to see. Cedric Wilson, you got to catch the ball. I mean, the couple big-time drops. This is only 10.0. Point to a couple of those big-time drops to extend some drives. I mean, we're doing something here. Still wasn't a great game by any means from them. Not a great game from Tony. Not a great game from Zeke. I mean, Cowboys, I'm not ready to call you frauds. I mean, there's a little bad blood between us two just because of my fandom, but I just love to see this from you guys. I love to see you guys start off to a hot start, get 30 hung on you by Denver, lose a big game in KC as 2.5 dogs where people swore you guys were going to go in there and win. I love to see it. Let's see how you falter down the stretch because I think there's a couple more L's coming your way too.
I probably would not have picked the under if I was betting on this game.
And you know what? I picked on their spaces.
That's right.
Yep.
I'm just saying. That's just
It's a great. I hate to. I don't like gloating myself, but if you did tune in on spaces, I did break that under down pretty much to it.
But it's just an under that I probably wouldn't have taken. Looking at this Cowboys offense,
no one would.
Just doesn't make sense, right?
But the smart bettors at the table.
The sharps that will say as Manny Ruffin takes the under in this Cowboys game. All right, to another divisional matchup in a bounce back game that we needed from Seattle after the shutout last week for Russell Wilson. I had his over in touchdowns at 1.5, and he does absolutely the complete opposite with 0. The Cardinals and Colt McCoy keep figuring out a way to get a win. They keep finding ways to get wins, and they win this one 23-13 in a great divisional win without Kyler Murray.
I mean, shout out my Cards because they're moving and grooving and rolling. But Seattle, we cannot lose at home.
It's unbelievable.
To Colt McCoy with our backs against the wall. Our savior literally had his finger bent in 3 places, healed himself early to come back for a playoff push. We are now 3-7. Not the biggest expectations going the year, but we still have Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Russell Wilson, Jamal Adams, Bobby Wagner. I mean, we have players. This is not a 3-7 team.
I was just gonna say
this is not a 3-7. Listen, there are some host D lines, secondary besides Jamal Adams, some O line. Okay, we don't have a steady running back
for the season.
Okay, there are some. This is not a 3-7 team, but. Shout out to my Cards. We're moving.
Hey.
I am there. I want to see what we look like when Kyler Murray comes back because I still think they have potential to be one of those teams that peak too early. I know I hate that statement, but they have potential. But I mean, they're doing the thing. I love seeing James Conner succeed. I think that's his 13th total touchdown this year, 12th rushing. Shout out to him. Like in 11 games, James Conner pretty much ripped you off in Pittsburgh after that. Stayed the course, kept faith, and now he's balling again in Arizona. Great story. I mean, oh my God, Zach Ertz too.
That's where I was going to take it.
Jesus fucking Christ!
That's my fantasy tight end this week. 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. You got me my win today, buddy.
One thing I love to see though, I love seeing this. It's kind of like the basketball thing where like if your center gets a big block, he's running the floor. Give him the ball. You saw on his second touchdown, he caught like a seam for 30 yards, and the very next play they go right to him. Yeah, feed that man. He's a dog doing what he does. Big win for the Cards as they keep it moving here.
And I have to highlight. I was just going to say Zach Ertz because I was huge for my fantasy team. I actually didn't really need it because Eckler was on there and he did everything. But how about this? You know, we've been talking a little bit about the next man up rule, and Colt McCoy, next man up, he throws the ball 44 times. You look at a guy that's Colt McCoy. I mean, you're not expecting him to go out there and throw the ball 44 times.
There were some plays where he looked like he was at Texas again, like rolling out to his right. He was running some design runs, some QB sneaks, some power, some read options. I was like, what the fuck is this? Texas Colt McCoy? I love to see it, but
I'm really happy to see a guy like that of his age still being able to go out there and call out. I love it.
Chin strap saying, fuck it, let's go. I love to see it.
All right, let's head to our final game of Week 11, and that was the Thursday night showdown between the Patriots and the Falcons, a redo of that Super Bowl 28-3 Tom Brady. Hello, sir. And wow, Patriots shut out the Falcons 25-0.
I mean, I saw this on Twitter, and here I go referencing Twitter again, but people love to say that Bill Belichick is so great against rookie stars, and there he is. I mean, I think it was more of a quarterback thing, but it was kind of in play here with Kyle Pitts, and they did kind of shut down Kyle Pitts a little bit. It wasn't much of a factor. I mean, this was kind of a boring game. I was trying to back the Falcons here. The line was at 6.5. I was waiting for it to go to 7 to back the Falcons. It didn't get to 7, thank God, because I would have been absolutely pissed off just watching Mac Jones just sit in the pocket so comfortably and just 7-yard pass here. Here's a playmaker here. Here's Kendrick Bourne over the middle here. Typical win for the Pats. Not much here. They were rolling too. I mean, it adds to this little weird AFC that we're talking about. I feel like now, like when I watch these games, it's becoming less about the game and what it means to the whole outlook of the playoff picture and the conferences and the kind of storylines going on, because here are the Patriots here. I think they're leading the AFC East now.
Yes, they are.
Bills
7-4.
Bills are faltering. They still have a matchup with the Bills, and I mean they're very much alive and well. Even very much alive and well to come out the AFC, in my opinion. I mean, someone can catch KC lacking. I think they are rolling out, but someone can catch them lacking. Bills don't look great. I mean, the Ravens. Lamar's Lamar, but as a whole, they don't look great. There's room for teams like the Patriots to come in and sneak one. And wins like this, I mean, they've been rolling as of late. I don't know how many wins that they lost in like the last 5 or 6, but they're rolling as of late. Something to watch down the stretch here.
Yeah, and I have to mention too, my last chalkboard plug, I'm sorry, was my play of the day for this Thursday night game was Mac Jones under. He hadn't reached this in 3 straight games, and the other point that I texted in this chat was, in 2 of those games, he had less than 25 completions. And what does he do? He gets the under. He missed it. It was 250.5. He ends with 207, and he had 22 completions. All of that research was done at props.cash. So if you guys want to check out that podcast that we dropped Saturday, you can do that with Pete, the founder of, in my opinion, the best research platform for making your prop bets. And great to talk to him. So check that out and conduct your research on props.cash. It's just been making betting a lot easier for me, and doing this research to learn more about, what these guys are doing in their past couple games is really great. So that'll close out our Week 11 NFL reactions. You can find us on Twitter at ADED Podcast and our Instagram at ADED Pod. Check out the TikTok for new and different content. Posting some Auburn clips on there. I'm not leaking too much. Tyler's still grinding out the Auburn video for us. So follow us on the TikTok. It's just the All Day Everyday Show. And you'll see us live on Twitch probably when we return from Los Angeles, which is just All Day Everyday Show. We are headed to Los Angeles, California for our next tour, the stop number 2 on the tour. And that is 1 week from tomorrow. I just want to give a huge shout out to Adam and Jason. I know you guys are in here somewhere, or wherever you may see this. I want to, just show some appreciation for you guys and some respect for you guys. We want to, just thank you guys for giving us this opportunity to go showcase ourselves on a whole different stage, showing everybody that's tuning in to us for this long, a whole new side of us. So we really, really appreciate you guys backing us and everything that we're doing. So it's going to be a fun LA trip. And we can't wait to do it. So 1 week from tomorrow, Los Angeles, California. Tyler, I'm coming to see you, buddy.
Yes,
I can't
sir.
wait. Tell us about the YouTube, Manny, and then we'll get out of here.
Listen, boys, I've been on your ass. So about a couple months ago, all you guys asked, we were at 80% of you guys watching these videos weren't subscribed. We're down to 66. I want to see us go down to 55 very soon. Can we move them 65?
Can we move down 11%? Is it possible?
I think we can do it. If you made it to the end of this video, we appreciate you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get updated on every single video we dropped. All the Everyday Show boys signing off.
That's right, baby. Hey, and as always, guys, give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Why not? You can do it. You've been listening to the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and homie Manny Ruffin. My name is Alex Jacobs, but you can call me All Day AJ.
Yes, sir.
See you tomorrow. We have a guest.